Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is me, Dukect here, live on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me here on this very wet and muggy Thursday evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, as always, you can always call the show if you need to call the show. The show is, when it is live, the phone number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Wow. There was some big news here in the WWE and such. Oh man, this is a big. What is the big one? What is the biggest news? Sheamus is the first wrestler to win 200 television matches since 2006. Yeah, that's actually happened. But yet, the most important thing is, does anyone care? It's like, if a tree falls down in the forest, doesn't make a sound, it doesn't really matter because no one actually cares about Sheamus. If Sheamus wins 1,000 matches and people don't react to him, does it really matter? It's... But anyway, the big news here is there was a big leak in the WWE. It wasn't really big. Something come from Squared Circle, and they got the whole imager link. I'll put that in the description of what they say. The WWE tells their commentators of what it is, and I will give you some of them, and then let me tell you something. Here's the do's and don'ts. Here it is. Take the high road. Don't be crude, especially with the divas, as they actually preach and such. Here's another one. Make your own notes on superstars and keep it up to date. Yeah, they don't. Oh, here's a great one here. Sit up straight on all cameras, dress professionally, talk to your partner and glance at the camera more often than not, depending on the quote-unquote moment. Yeah, did someone not give this to King? Because, yeah. Here's another one. It says, fully understand the history and heritage of the business as it gives what we are doing today more credibility. Well, that's another thing they don't actually do. Here's another one of these great little quotes here for the commentators. You can read these yourselves. I'm just going to give you highlights and stuff. Here it is. Words to avoid. I like these. It says, belt and straps. We don't have belts or straps. We have championships, titles. The belt represents something. Talk about what it represents. Hard work, dedication, or it means the accomplishment of goals, bullseye for others. The business, our industry. The words to avoid, people. Feud, war, performance or / performer, choreograph, house show, use live event. Backstage, used in the back or in the locker room area. Pro wrestling, wrestler, use superstar, star, athlete. International, use global. Shot, no title shots. Well, that's true because seriously, people just don't get title shots anymore. They become number one contenders. Acrobatics, interesting. DQ, seriously, they can't say DQ. Talent, use star, superstar, diva. Me, I. Insider turns, heel, babyface, blown up, shoot, rib, mark, etc. U.S. used United States. Fans, when possible, refer to the audience as you, and the series ID them as Raw fans, R fans, Cena fans, etc. Hospital, use medical center. Faction, use group. Please use now available instead of on sale. We never want to use the term the title is on the line. Use more creative terms like the title will be defended. That means it's actually the same thing. Also, I really love the fact that, that there are words to avoid and such, me and I, but yet, a year later, after this thing comes out, which was a 2010 reprinting of this, is that a year later, they had a heel run with Michael Cole, with Jerry the King Lawler. And here's the crazy thing about it. In fact, then again, you go back, it started in 2010 on NXT. The first NXT. With him and Daniel Bryan feuded. And I would love to see, I love that. I love that they just ignore this. Ignore that. Also, by the way, speaking of that, don't you just love how the Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler feud was built up? That thing was built up better than the entire card of WrestleMania 27. Seriously, look at the stuff on the WWE Network. That feud was promoted. That feud was looked and promoted better than majority of the stars there, of most of the matches there. And he said, Michael Cole, said, I'm part of the main event. You know what? It is the main event. That match was the main event because it was well booked. It was better booked than the world title match. It was better booked than the WWE title match. It was better booked than most of the matches on that card. How sad is that? Anyway, here's another one. Let's see. Describe the environment. What are the fans doing? What are the fans area doing, and why? This is probably around 2008. If they would have said this in 07 and 08, they've been describing the fans what they're doing. They would probably be sleeping. They weren't chanting back in those days. They were probably just chilling. They were just chilling, relaxing, looking at the phones, not reacting to anything. They were not reacting to any type of situation. They were not doing anything. They were just doing it. And why? Because the show was terrible. Okay. Enhanced characters. Describe their physical, emotional, and mental state. They don't really do that. Let's see. Avoid cliches. Oh, really? Avoid cliches. That is just, oh, wow. Oh. It's just avoid cliches. Are you sure? They basically, they probably just got a good laugh, please. It says be yourself, or talking sound bites. It says be yourself, but also talking sound bites. Think of original ways to describe a situation or emotion. Yes, because you can only do, and honestly, I really do pity them. Sometimes you can only say Sheamus is winning, or Sheamus is going the same Irish curse backbreaker like only 1,000 times to basically be more original and such. You can only do that so many times. But there's so much more stuff here too. Embellish the action. Be descriptive. Triple H's head just careened off the announce table. Jack Swagger's gut-wrench powerbomb is like being thrown from a 12-story building. Oh, remember those days when Jack Swagger was actually meant to was a big deal, and he was World Heavyweight Champion to the puffed all that away. And by the way, was he doing the gut wrench powerbomb or still doing the ankle lock, trying to be their Kurt Angle or whatever? Seriously, I don't know why they got rid of that gut wrench powerbomb. That was awesome, but hey, who cares? Let's see. There's more, but it just shows how they really don't. This stuff right here. It's funny that this stuff comes out in the media. It's not really positive. It usually leaks with W. When they get in the mainstream, it's rarely like pop like something in the ring or a superstar and such. This stuff right here is not the main stuff is it's always stuff like this. It's not anything what the wrestlers are doing. It's not anything else the wrestlers or anything else are doing, even though it did get some attention that Brock Lesnar did do the car door, that Cadillac door a little too hard and hit like a kid or something, but the kid's alright. Kid's okay. Hopefully he's gonna probably he got to go backstage and everything. But they took on him. They said he's fine. Um, but yeah, more often than not, no one is going to, no one really cares what the main thing is. It's just, no one actually cares about the WWE. They're losing more viewers every single year. They're losing more viewers, not gaining. Again, which I keep pointing out, the average age of the WWE fan is rising. That's a bad thing. Same with like other major sports like baseball. You need to get that average age down. You need to have that average age down. If you don't, your audience is gonna be too old. Too old. You don't want to have you don't want to be serving an audience of people who are bygone era. You need to get that thing. You need to get it younger. If not, well, guess what's gonna happen? People will just forget about you. That audience isn't gonna be there forever. Okay, after announcer intensity, we continue here. It says, "Don't scream." I love it in all caps. Don't scream. Oh, exactly. They're screaming on Texas. We're all guilty of it at time to time, but there's nothing more annoying than listening to announcers scream at you for an hour. Describes an in-ring product. Start slow and build towards a climax. Give yourself a place to go with an exciting match. Don't quit screaming with excitement. Be conversational. Like you're talking to a buddy in a bar. Nah, they're not even close to being conversational. The announcers are just basically they're horrible. I mean, the only ones I actually would consider to be really conversational would be Ring of Honor's Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino. That's it. Those are the only two guys. I feel like am feeling more conversational. And and such. Oh, here's another one. Layout. No one likes someone talking in a movie theater. We make movies. No, you don't. Well, WWE Films does, but Monday Night Raw is no movie. And at best, it's a crappy B movie that occasionally has like some fun riffing material, but overall, it's a terrible film, and no one really would care for watching. Yeah, seriously. But we make movies. It's not necessary to fill every moment with verbiage. Well, that's nice and all, but sometimes they don't really follow that advice. I would play some clips, but copyright and all. Let's see. Oh, here's this one. Don't call a move before it happens. If it's so predictable, why are we watching? Same thing that people have been saying, like I said before. The WWE audience is dropping, so yeah. They're asked the same question. The majority of people, they ask the same question, and they split. They're gone. But yeah, overall, this is a very interesting little look at in these scripts and everything. Very interesting. Very looks to be very what's the word? Like a little peek inside the WWE. And people who like this stuff, like myself, you can find some good fun stuff on it. The link will be in the description. They need to tighten these things up. WWE needs to, but hey, won't be surprised there's going to be even more of the stuff coming. Anyway, we're going to take a small little break here. After that, we're going to be talking a little bit about the little video game that could, Mighty No. 9, and there might be some interesting things in this whole franchise future. We'll be right back right after this here at the Dukect Lounge. We're going to be playing a little bit of Super Mario Brothers Dirty Coins, OC remixed by the artist Blind. We'll be right back here on the Dukect Lounge. Dukect Lounge. Thank you for joining me here live on TalkShoe.com. And we are back live here on TalkShoe.com, here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me here live on TalkShoe.com. Also, if you're hearing this on the YouTube or iTunes, thank you so much as well. YouTube.com/Dukect. Also, Zipcast, Manic Expression, the CCS podcast forums. Let's see. Let's see, where else am I at? Oh, Freaking Awesome Network. .com. See my Facebook, Dukect Productions, ScrewAttack.com, and anywhere that I can spread this thing around. Oh, also the Escapist forums as well, the user reviews. Speaking of reviews, my Going Commando review is done. All I need to do is just put the rendering thing in the oven and bam, it's done. I've been working all day and all night for it, for you guys, because you guys deserve it to be done. And now, after that, I'm going to get into the second game, Ratchet & Clank, no, the third game, Ratchet Going Commando, starting hopefully around, probably on maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, I don't know. I'll start the game soon and everything else later, but it will be, I will start the whole thing. Then, a special thing I'm going to be doing later after that. Then, I have no idea what the next Last of Us Standing is going to be, but hopefully it's going to be a lot more fun. That's why I'm trying to have the show be fun, which hopefully it is, and that's the most important thing I'm bringing to you people. Fun and excitement. And like I'm doing with you here on the Dukect Lounge, some fun and excitement. And fun and excitement is what Mighty No.9 promises. And I'm going to say this right now, be, transparent. I donated to the Kickstarter. I donated to it. In fact, I donated the $20. I donated $20 to it. That means I get the free game. In fact, when this thing does come out, I will, I will review the game. Yes, I will review Mighty No.9. I will, I will review the game when it comes out. So don't worry about that. That'll be my September review. So, we'll be out there. So it looks like it's going to be fun. But speaking of Mighty No.9 and everything else, it seems to be one of the best, biggest successes for Keiji Inafune since leaving Capcom. This might be even bigger for this now looking to be a big franchise, because supposedly Legendary Digital Media Contraction Films and Video Game Counter Inc. are working on a live-action feature-length project for the new video game Mighty No.9. According to Variety.com, a link will be in the description. It's in the works, and it is going to be let's see. There are some. They actually got the whole thing. It looks like it's going to be a. This will be the second time that Legendary Digital and Contraction Films worked with Keiji Inafune, because they previously distributed and produced Dead Rising, a Watchtower based on the video game franchise Dead Rising, for the online for Crackle's online service, and Crackle's already ordered for the sequel for that. And now with this, seems to be more of a, that's going to be really interesting, because I honestly think something like Mighty No.9 would probably be more of an animated series. Personally, I thought this would be more of an animated, a more animated series and movie. I just think that's going to be really, because honestly, something like Mighty No.9, you need probably a ton of effects, probably a lot of effects to get the worlds, levels. I mean, maybe the levels and stuff won't be too hard, because you don't know, it's going to be probably condensed, like, factories and such. But, the robots and machines, that's going to probably be CGI, and Back's weapons and everything else, that looks like it's going to be CGI as well. And there's just going to be a lot of, I just think it'd be better and easier to just put that in an anime or cartoon series, because that ain't Mega Man. They're going to restart a new cartoon series on that. So, yeah. I think this will be very interesting. Will this be the next? This game movie will finally be the one that will pierce the heavens. Will this finally be the one that actually make this a? Will this video game movie finally be the one to break the whole shackles of bad video game movies or mediocre ones? Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying Oscar. I don't think it could be an Oscar work. You gotta be really personally. Again, if you want to ask me, this is my show. Screw it. The best video game adaptation, video game movie or something, video game series or IP, and I know people hate on this, that could actually get an Oscar, straight up Oscar, will probably be the Metroid series. I mean, if you really want to go to that art film, deco film, something like that, something like, maybe a really good director, something out there. Who's the guy who did Boyhood? Maybe that director could do something with Samus Aran. The whole thing being alone, maybe giving that more of a claustrophobic feel of maybe like a semi-silent or some movies on that. The main protagonist not speaking, but the world is so full of life and everything else, the actions or something like that. I don't know, maybe it could be something of an Oscar. I don't know. I'll put something in comments and such where any video game could actually land an Oscar, not just the animated Oscar, but actually a real live action type of, serious type thing. If they want to go that far, I think something in Metroid could actually, if you really have a good director, you could do something like that. I could go maybe one of the Final Fantasies. You could. I think honestly, people talk about Final Fantasy 6 or 7. This was going to remake that. I mean, another good director and something like that could be a movie. You could do something like that. Or Final Fantasy 6, you can have that. I mean, that could be a good movie as well. I'm not even consider Kingdom Hearts series because that's way too convoluted. Mega Man. I mean, one of my the associates made already a Mega Man movie. Dude who did that Mega Man fan film. That guy made one. I am a horrible person because I can't remember his name. What is his name, my friend? Come on, Charles. Come on, Charles. Think. Use your brain. Use your brain once in a while. You can actually remember. It's someone. Let's see. Because I had to look him up. Let's see. Let's see. I can't believe it. And if he somehow gets this, he's gonna be like, "How dare you forget me?" It's Blue Core Studio. Eddie LeBron. I am horrible. I should have remembered that. It's not that bad actually. They actually did it, so I really, really think it was a really good movie. Seriously. I really think Mega Man fan film was actually pretty good. Yeah, so Eddie LeBron. Maybe you should call him up and do it. What else? Yeah, but I don't know. Ratchet and Clank is going to make a movie and such. I think that's going to be probably fun. I can't wait to see that. Let's see. I could say the Mass Effect series, but that is way too much of player choice. And player choice and consequences, even though it didn't really feel that much in Mass Effect 3, but the original series 1 and 2 could be really decent flicks, and they really need to do some retooling for Mass Effect 3. But that's for another thing. But Legend of Zelda, they had something in plans for that for the Netflix, but Nintendo didn't want to do that. Seriously, Nintendo, I don't know why y'all not going to do that. I mean, people would love to see it. I think a lot of people would love to see a Legend of Zelda series. I know y'all got, didn't like, some people don't like the 80s one, but it's time has moved on. We have moved on from that. And I think something like that, Legend of Zelda series, heck, a Star Fox series, because everyone loves Guardians. Guys, I don't know why they haven't got on that yet. Star Fox, more of a, something like that, more of a comedy slash action show. I think that would make bank. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do anything about that. I mean, Star Fox, there's so many IPs out there. It's a shame because Sony's doing something with their IPs and Nintendo's not really doing much with theirs. It's really depressing. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe y'all can pick some movies up, talk about some movies video game movies that could do something good. Maybe something really, in a narrative format in an adaptation market. Because I honestly think there are some video game adaptations. I mean, Prince of Persia did okay, but then again, that's ripping off the, Alibaba, 1,000 Thieves, that sort of thing. But, when is that going to happen? Then again, I'm one of those five crazy people who like the Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob. Goodness, I am horrible with names. I have no idea I'm horrible with names. Let's see. It's gonna kill me. Bob Hostas. Yes, Bob Hostas. And John Leguizamo and Dennis Hopper as King. I loved it. I actually care for it. I don't care. I really liked that movie. I watched it, kid. I liked it. I'm one of the 5 crazy people who actually really think that's a good movie. Good popcorn flick. But overall, video games have not really broke that mold. Not like in comics and such. I mean, comics, had a rough patch, but then again, it took that 3 knockout blow, a Blade, Spider-Man, and X-Men, just bam, made sure this genre was here to stay. Thanks to Superman, Batman, and Blade, Superman, Spider-Man, and X-Men. By the way, speaking of that, supposedly there's over at San Diego Comic-Con where some people are mingling with stars. Supposedly, the leader, Wesley Snipes, I remember his name. Yes, Wesley Snipes, the lead actor, the man who was Blade in all 3 Blade movies, has been reported talking to Marvel. Interesting. Does that mean Blade might be coming into the MCU? I mean, Marvel does have the rights, but I don't know how they're going to fit it in because all those aliens and supposedly other wacky stuff is going to be, unless he's going to be involved with Doctor Strange. I don't know. But that's going to be interesting. But, yeah. I think hopefully one day, during these days, these video game movies and such will finally get some love. It might not be today, might not be tomorrow, folks, but I get the feeling it's going to happen real soon. But that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, that's the show for this evening, boys and girls. Hope you like it here live on the Dukect Lounge. And remember, if you like the show, didn't like it, comment below. Let me know. Say anything's good, bad, or indifferent. Please give me some feedback. I really love it. But, yes, that's it for the show. Thank you so much. You can find the show on iTunes. You can find the show on YouTube and all the other places in between. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. It's Dukect here. Peace, love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.